Yeah, David Dread of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here, hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Now, there's a new conference that has appeared, the Island Music Conference. I've been getting calls, people asking, what's my thoughts, look away, this, that. I just want to clear the air to say that we are here to unite the industry. There's room for more than one conference. That is our role. We have reached out. We are working behind the scenes to try to, to create that cohesion, and I'll just leave it there.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka Dejazmatch Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Panafrican Happy Man. I'm an entertainment attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist. And right now, I am the host of the Lion Voice. Welcome forward to the Lion Voice. Give thanks once again to be here. It is February, and that means it's Reggae Month in Jamaica. Huge celebration. For those who know, we're typically celebrating the Jamaica Music Conference around this time. We didn't have the Jamaica Music Conference this year, so we're gonna get into what is the Jamaica Music Conference, because I haven't spoken about it on this channel. So stay tuned. I remember I said I'm an actionist. We said this is the solution side of the internet. So for all of the challenges that we face as a people, if I see something that I'm engaged in, I'm gonna try to be part of the solution. Now, there's a new conference that has appeared, the Island Music Conference. I've been getting calls, people asking, what's my thoughts, look away, this, that. I just want to clear the air to say that we are here to unite the industry. There's room for more than one conference. That is our role. We have reached out. We are working behind the scenes to try to to create that cohesion, and I'll just leave it there. We are about uniting the industry. We are about the solution, so we don't want to get in no type of mix-up. The Jamaica Music Conference is about building Jamaica so that this cultural superpower can impact the entire world. That being said, we have some big things on the horizon that I'm going to be keeping everyone posted about. We're creating an advisory committee so that the conference will reflect the actual needs of the creatives in the field. So stay tuned for updates about that. We're coming out with a mobile app that's in development, so connect people beyond just the conference. We will continue the summit series, meaning that 2019 we went to different American cities. We've done activations in Ghana, in Italy. We're going to continue. But before we get into the Jamaica Music Conference, have to big up the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. So all of those people, we're over 500 subscribers now. All of those people who see the channel, believe in the vision, support the vision, and they have subscribed because they want to see more content, we just have to say give thanks. Because without the item, it wouldn't be possible, because I'd be speaking to I myself. But if I have 500 people in a room, it's a nice dance that, it's a nice gathering that. You understand? So we give thanks for all of those who support. Have to big up the Lion Pride on Patreon. Patreon, they said even further, they say, yeah man, Lion Pride dead, but you know what, we're going to support you with some dollars. We're going to invest in the platform. We want to see you get some better microphone. We want to see you step up, get a studio, all of them things that they want to see. So they're saying, you know what, they're going to be part of the solution, and they invest. So big up all of the Lion Pride on Patreon. Big up Andre, big up iPoor. As soon as I can name the people. If you love what you see, support on the Patreon, you know, because we're building Rastafari own production studio and network. That is the vision of where we're going right now, because we don't like the content that's happening now. Nasty, dirty, low frequency. We can call it what we want. But if we don't like it, guess what we have to do? We have to build the alternative. The time has come for the Lions to tell their own story. And this is the Lion Voice, you know how that go. Also, have to big up our sponsor, CMOS. Big up CMOS. In this Armageddon, you have to be physically fit. You have to make sure that you're equipped. And to do that, I make sure I sip on the CMOS. CMOS come in multiple flavors. They have the pine, they have the mango, they have all sorrel, they have all type of flavor. The green, one of my favorite. So make sure, go to the address, look in the description. You can get a discount. Tell them say the Lion Voice send you know. Especially for the DMV, make sure that they deliver in your region. So we get all of that out of the way. Big up the sponsors, we big up the Lion Pride, we big up the Patreon Lion Pride. We have to now go into this episode. And what is this episode about? We're talking about the Jamaica Music Conference. So before I go into the details about the conference, give a little bit of history, I want to just talk about why conferences are so important to the Jamaica music industry. We have to put things into context, because we're coming from an industry where we're dealing with the creative output coming from predominantly the inner city and the rural population, and these communities have been underserved in terms of resources, education, and access to information. So what we have is a history of exploitation in our industry, a history of not really understanding the business of music, and a conference allows you to be able to hear firsthand from practitioners on the front line what the best practices are in real life, and that is what is critical about attending a conference. Also, ongoing professional development. The music industry is one that is constantly evolving. Worse in the digital age, it's always evolving. The other thing is that I tell my clients, I tell people, this is a relationship business. That means it doesn't matter how good your talent is, if you don't know the right people, you will languish, unheard of, unseen. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Of course. You know, a man can win the lotto and become a billionaire, but are you going to build a lifetime strategy around winning the lotto? No. You have to meet people. The best place to meet people in the industry, the access point for a lot of people is at a conference, and the Jamaica Music Conference is a great example of that. We've had artists come, get tour opportunities, be able to tour with a big artist like Marcia Griffith. We've had artists come in and get opportunities to showcase on BBC One Extra with Shawnee B. We have so much connections that have been made at the conference over the years. People have worked, got distribution, all kind of things have happened as a result of the Jamaica Music Conference. So what I'm talking about is not no abstract business. I'll tell you about what is a real life reality. The other thing that we want to talk about is the JMC mission. because Jamaica Music Conference, we have a specific mission, and that mission is to connect creatives globally to lead a thriving Jamaica music industry. So again, we're connecting creatives globally to lead a thriving Jamaica music industry. What we see in our industry are silos of activities. So we have over here these set of people, them work together. We have over here these set of people, they work together. Things are going, but because there's no cohesive platform. And I tell people, Jamaica Music Conference, we're like Switzerland. We're not taking a side. That means we not take side with this set of people or that set of people. We are creating, and we have created a platform where the entire music industry, regardless of who deal with who, can come to one place, get information, get links. And why is this important? This is important because we want the investors, we want the external promoters, we want the industry, private and public, to be able to have a space to come to interact with the industry where they can feel confident that they're interacting with key stakeholders from across the industry spectrum. So this is why the Jamaica Music Conference is so important. And this year, 2023, we celebrate 10 years since we did the first Jamaica Music Conference in Kingston, Jamaica. First one took place at Edna Manley. It was even called the Jamaica Music Conference at that time. It was navigating the music industry at that time, and it was a great start. You know, we had different artists that were there. Rory from Stone Love was there. Ibo Cooper, who was at that time the chair of Jaria, was there. The legendary Bob Andy was there. We also had the artist Protege was there. This was early in the reggae revival time. We had people like Carolyn Cooper. So it was a great lineup. Have to big up JMC managing member Carice Lawrence was instrumental in that panelist lineup that first year. And we'll talk about the team, everything, because I could not do this by myself. The network is your net worth, and I always tell people that I am on superpower. Is what is the network? So Jamaica Music Conference started like that. It started from a passion that I had as an artist, because I tell everyone, before I became an attorney, before I became an author, before I became an actionist, the first identity I had was an artist. From 10th grade, I stepped on the first stage. Big up my bona fide brethren, Ryan Robertson, otherwise known as Jersey. We formed a group. We're doing the talent shows. So from there, that creative energy was inside. And because of that, when I went to law school, I did a lot of stuff that was in intellectual property. Took entertainment law with the renowned entertainment law professor, Professor Boyer. We had this passion. I had a schoolmate, Julian Hafner. Big up yourself, Julian, wherever you're there. It's been some time. And we came together to put together a publishing company, because wanted to get into the music. I was recording music. I knew enough from law school to know the importance of music publishing, the power of copyright. This was something that when I learned about it, it was like a revolutionary kind of concept. So we went into publishing. Julian Hafner had a client at that time by the name of Ja Life, legendary producer, who was part of the whole Volcano sound system movement, and produced some legendary records with people like Barrington Levy. He had a tremendous catalog, Murderer, all of them, big songs. And so the first exposure I really had to the inside of the Jamaica music industry was going to New York to help to organize the catalog, because we were going to organize a catalog of Ja Life. And it was there that we realized how difficult and complex the Jamaica music industry and how informal a lot of the business was done in the early days of the music. And then this led us to another brethren of mine, Cy Griffin, big up yourself, Cy, who I was working with. He was doing production for me. I'll play one of the songs actually, maybe as the end credit. Big up Cy, cause Cy, top producer. So we came together, the three of us, and said, let's do something to educate people about what was happening in music. The first event we did was actually in 2012. I can't forget the panel up at Huey, and the video launch with Aya Giff, stand up, the music video launch, and
we descend from king and queens.
Yeah. Kadamawi, I did Selassie first. Haile am better. Yeah, Alim, Burhan. I'm not Joe. For the people.
You can rock to this. Once you hear the bass, then you can't resist. Ladies in the club, them a turn and twist. Ballers at the bar, popping bottles of Chris. Players in the club got rocks on their wrists, plus the thugs in the club got Glocks on their hips. This is the way we choose to exist. My people confused by rubber Babylon tricks. My people confused, we trapped by the matrix. DJ make us act like we praise the 666. Gotta stand, we must demand a switch once again. It's time for righteousness, I tell them. Just clap to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Put your hands in the sky, let them know that we praise the Most High. Stand up and clap to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Put your hands in the air, let them know that the Almighty alone we fear. Now stand up.
one bag of things, but that we realized doing the panel explaining the publishing company, because we used that as a launch of the publishing company. It was called Mighty Mazizi Music. We realized that there was a thirst for knowledge and a lack of knowledge within the industry about these things, and this is how the concept for the Jamaica music industry was born. We established a company, myself, Cy, Julian, called the Jamaica Music Conference LLC, and this was born 2014. We returned to Jamaica to do the conference again. This time it was at the University of the West Indies, and we've always tried to partner with the institution, whether it be Edna Manley, University of the West Indies. We've also done the conference at UTEC. So we've always had that type of concept and approach. The conference evolved. We've had people like Junior Reid in those early days. In 2014, we had Junior Reid, legendary songwriter Mikey Bennett. We had Karen Mason, who would later become a managing member as well. So many people, too many, and if I start calling names, then I'm gonna forget people. And again, we've had legends, and this is one of the ways I've been blessed to really build my network, is just by working with people through the Jamaica Music Conference. In 2015, we actually dissolved the company. Different visions. We weren't making any money, so it was a labor of love. And so we restructured. We had a new set of managing members that came to the table. We created, and we saw that the vision was bigger than just the music. We're looking at the entire creative industry, and this is how the Jamaica Creative Company was born. We took over the assets of that earlier company, and this new company was born, and the Jamaica Music Conference continued. We we're very proud of over the years what we've been able to achieve. But we're gonna bringing you stories because I haven't been to Jamaica since I launched this platform. So when I get to Jamaica, you know, say, whole heap of sit down and interviews are gonna happen. Now that being said, Jamaica Music Conference, you know, one of the great things about the conference is that we identified our target as being the independent music entrepreneur, meaning that we're going after the people who are the lifeblood of this industry. Not just Jamaicans in Jamaica, but Jamaicans that are all over and those who love the music and have invested in the music. And this is a global, you quickly see that this is a global, we're talking about the promoters, we're talking about the managers, we're talking about the booking agents, we're talking about even the consumer who attends the events. We realize there's a huge diaspora in addition, but there's no way for everyone to connect. So our pain point that the Jamaica Music Conference really looking to solve is how do we connect that global industry with the Reggae Mecca, and we had a year, we call it Reggae Mecca Jamaica. So this was part of our passion, and since the beginning we've connected with JARIA, the Jamaica Reggae Industry Association. I presented an award at the JARIA Music Awards. I hear people talk about Jamaica need a Grammy. I think JARIA is that institution. It's you know, it's an institution of the industry, you know, peers, and they already have an award. It just needs investment. So that is really, I think, the solution to the Jamaica Grammy. But that's a whole nother episode. I'm definitely gonna go a deep dive into JARIA. We'll interview the chairperson of JARIA, next entertainment attorney. You and big up yourself. So all of them things there coming down the line, but we've always tried to make sure we partner with JARIA, with JAMS, with JCAP, with JIPO, which is Jamaica Intellectual Property Organization, with JCAP, Jamaica Association of Authors and Composers, I think it is, and Publishers. I'll put it on the screen there because I may have butchered the acronym, but we're a human being. We've worked with JAMPRO as well. We've had forums at JAMPRO. So we always take the approach, you know, in addition to connecting with the diaspora, we want to connect all of the government industries. But we don't stop there. We also have, from the beginning, from 2013, done outreach to the high schools. We started with one high school, Haile Selassie High School, in a garrison community, PN You know, we went to the high school. We bring the music education. The first year we were planting trees, doing, you know, cleanup, things of that nature. We've evolved it to more schools over the years. You know, we dealt with Alpha Boys and many schools, and all of this over the years until in 2019 we had the Youth Summit. Not 2019, sorry, 2018. We had the Youth Summit where we brought many schools into one location.
Alright, now listen what I'ma say. Wait, them why you say you feel about that, them now. Stand up on your feet, hold on them on. We're gonna start again. So we don't say the care what nobody wants to say. We know say you reach for your star, you're going for your dreams, you believe in yourself, make some noise. Them I say. Them why you say me feel about that, them not hear the cause right now. Me not no worry. Wait, gotta deal with everything. Over here. Everything. Right now. Me not no problem. We don't think I have no problem. Yeah. We not worry about none of them. Why worry when it's gotta work? If I'm feeling but everything I work, still I work. We still I win when they sit down on earth. You want my dog? Give me a biscuit, the couple. So you make a hit about them.
2020, we continue with that, and we'll continue with that moving forward. So that's one of the aspects, and the JMC in its fullness. You know, we have the Youth Summit, we have the Sound System Summit, which started, you know, working with my brethren Chin
Another concern that I have, and I know that a lot of people have in the States, and this is where I put on my promoter's hat now. We have a growing problem outside of Jamaica with what we call, or what I like to refer to as, pricing versus pulling. It's a huge problem that, again, I don't think that people are concerned with in Jamaica. But outside of Jamaica, this is a huge problem that is going to kill the music. Pricing versus pulling. Not because you're the hottest artist in Jamaica means that you have pulling power abroad. It doesn't work that way.
He was a panelist from Irish and Chin. He said we can't have just a panel for sound system, we need a summit, you know? And Sound System Summit was born. They weren't able to facilitate, but you know, Chin has been instrumental in reaching out, getting us people like Ricky Trooper, you know, so many other sound system contacts he's helped us to bring to the table, you know, always open this platform for us to promote the conference, played ads for us, you know, them type of things. So we big up Irish and Chin, that is family. So we have the Youth Summit, we have the Sound System Summit, we had the Clean Clash, you know, big things with the Clean Clash. We had King Addies on the Clean Clash. 1 year we've had Caveman, we've had Next Level, we have Revolution Sound, big sounds, you know, this is not no small, hosted by Jack Scorpio. I'm just giving you levels of what we are dealing with. The last public appearance of Emperor Fate, you know, Mikey Fate, was at the Jamaica Music Conference, so we big up, you know, that we were able to have those moments. We've had Father Metro, you know. Too much to talk. Walshy Fire, Specs the Boss, you know, from Canada. So much to talk about. We have panels, you know, we have the JMC showcase, we've had Kabaka Pyramid headline, we've had whole heap of different artists, you know, Samurai, boy, some nice artists, Kalissa, you know, Chronix did a little feature song up there too, you know, Julian Marley make an appearance, you know what I mean, Tifa, whole heap of things, you know, so give thanks for that. We've had the Beach Day, which was an addition 2017. I think we had the first Beach Day. We've had workshops, legal clinic, so various activities that make up the JMC. So those who have followed Jamaica Music Conference over the year know we have continued to grow year to year. 2020 was the last physical staging, and that was one of our definitely the largest staging we serviced. I think over 1,000 people over the 4 days of the conference. We had brought Kool Herc to Jamaica for the first time in decades. It was an international story. All of the major press carried it. And now in 2023, we're getting ready to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the creation of hip hop. In 2020, we had the godfather of hip hop, Kool Herc, in Jamaica. And for those who don't know, Kool Herc is the first DJ at a hip hop event, and his sister Cindy, big up Cindy, the first hip hop promoter. This was Jamaicans who created the platform that would, you know, explode into the world's #1 genre of music. I had the pleasure of you know, reaching out, making that link, and that link was made through the late Karen Mason. So big up Karen Mason, one of, you know, the great contribution that she made to the platform. We were able to link Kool Herc, bring him forward. He was able to do some media on stage, different things he was able to do. And that was a proud moment. We were able to connect Kool Herc with the First Coast movement, which are the Jamaica hip hop youths. One of my great moments, and we had a cypher in Jamaica, you know, during the conference. That was one of the great moments of my life, may I tell you the truth. I was featured in Billboard magazine, my picture at least, you know, no sound from I, but My picture was featured alongside Cool Herc in Billboard magazine. You see it on the front. So it's heights, you know, to know that you touch history. And Cool Herc is a person I can call him on the phone. I can call his sister on the phone, you know. So beautiful to know that. And we'll definitely see if we can have Cindy on this platform in the future on Lion Talk. But so much beauty has come out of Jamaica Music Conference. It's partnered with Solid Agency, so big up Sharon Burke Solid Agency for that year partnership. We had Shaggy as a result of that partnership, you know, one of the biggest, arguably the biggest stars since Bob Marley coming out of Jamaica. So, you know, from those beginnings to where we've reached, it's been a journey, and it's been a blessing to see the manifestation. So many people have graced that Jamaica Music Conference stage. So many people have been in the audience of that Jamaica Music Conference audience. So it's just more. And again, the mission is great. One of the main things that we're looking to do is to connect Jamaica with Africa. Again, we've done 2 installations in Africa, in Ghana, and we're going to be doing a lot more. So that bridge has to be built, and it has to be built systematically. Africa is our natural marketplace. I keep saying this, 1.3 billion people. You know, Jamaica is the factory. We don't have that scale in Jamaica or CARICOM in terms of that market to be that force. We see with Afrobeats what that scale market can do. That is our market, and we have to really make those connections from a business perspective. So look out for that. More connections with Africa. Big things again coming from the Jamaica Music Conference in 2020. We're going to continue with that global outreach, and stay tuned for some big announcements in 2023 about what the Jamaica Music Conference will be doing. I cannot say anything at this moment. I'm not at liberty. But this is again one of the passions on my Actionist side that I'm going to be exposing the Lion Voice audience to, and the Lion Talk, because we're going to be doing a lot of interviews that deal with the music industry, because music is how we transmit culture. Babylon is giving the people the low frequency culture. And hold on there, you see my shirt, I have to big up Irie Jam family, the Bridge family. There's our family. If I start name JMC family, all of the sponsors who have supported us over the years, who have been with us over the years, you know, we have so many different ones we have made connections with over the years. It's too much, and we're gonna leave out people, so we're not gonna call too much, you know, we're not gonna call no name. But this is again a labor of love. We haven't gone anywhere. We haven't put out any public statements. This is probably the first, other than some social media posts that we've put out. But again, stay tuned because JMC is part of the story and the liberation. If you know the history of Jamaica, you know that we have a part to play in what's happening globally, and you know the power that reggae music has had in the liberation of black people, and JMC is one of the institutions that will seek to preserve that. You know, we were mentioned at UNESCO by the Honorable Minister Babsy Grange, and again, this just speaks the significance of the work that's being done.
Jamaicans have long recognized that this element means so much to so many, all around the world. With this inscription, Jamaica is of the view that it will invariably bring even more visibility to the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity and intangible cultural heritage as a whole. The number of reggae music practitioners across the globe grows every day, and as a nation, Jamaica continues to support academic conferences in its jurisdiction, such as the Jamaica Music Conference and the upcoming sixth Biennial Global Reggae Conference. These conferences include practitioners sharing with other reggae stakeholders, students, and the public.
Big up the JMC team, big up the JMC family. the wider family. I have to big up my wife who deals with the administration for the Jamaica Music Conference. Everybody else on the team, Rastafari, Carice, Joan, everyone who is part, we have to acknowledge the contributions of Karen Mason, who is no longer with us as well. She was also, opened up her connections to I&I as well over the years. So we give thanks. Again, if we try to name the people that have contributed, we're gonna leave people out, and that's always a trap. So we're not gonna do that. But we again are just here to give thanks. It's Reggae Month, so we had to do a reggae topic. So we talk about Jamaica Music Conference because again, the time has come for the Lions to tell their own story, and this is the Lion Voice.
Welcome to the Cub Voice Podcast. And this is your host, Jamaica'S. Basically, so today we're going to be talking about how to stay black and stay in history. Basically, how you do that is just stay alive, people. Be blessed and be black. Peace out.
Lion voice. We descend from king and queens.
Yeah. Kadamawi I did Selassie first. Haile am better. Yeah, Alim, Burhan. I'm not Joe. For the people.
You can rock to this. Once you hear the bass, then you can't resist. Ladies in the club, them a turn and twist. Ballers at the bar, popping bottles of Chris. Players in the club got rocks on their wrists, plus the thugs in the club got Glocks on their hips. This is the way we choose to exist. My people confused by rubber Babylon tricks. My people confused, we trapped by the Matrix. DJ make us act like we praise the 666. Gotta stand, we must demand a switch once again. It's time for righteousness, I tell them. Just clap to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Put your hands in the sky, let them know that we praise the Most High. Stand up and clap to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Put your hands in the air, let them know that the Almighty alone we fear. Now stand up and dance to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Get up on the dance floor, let them know that we won't take no more, yo. We descend from king and queens, that's why we should wear red, gold and green. We ignite the track like a match with gasoline and put a fire upon the DJ if him blaspheme. Fire upon the MC if him try scheme to teach my people Satan supreme. My forefathers work hard for them dreams. Them sacrifice themselves to see them race redeem. Now we sacrifice ourselves because of lust for cream. They gave us poison, now that's what we sell for the green. Making hit records about serving dope fiends. And it's alright, that's the way they make it seem. Until we stand up for this, now hands up. You got to dance to this, now stand up. Put your hands in the sky, let them know that we praise the Most High. Stand up and clap to this, now stand up. You got to dance to this, now hands up. Put your hands in the air, let them know that the Almighty alone we fear. Now stand up and clap to this, now hands up. You got to dance to this, now stand up. Show the DJ how you feel, let them know I'm a Gideon for real, yo.